Hi, Sophie. So, looking at your app, climb the bar. Um, we'll go through the normal login. Okay, so you can switch between the sign up and login tabs, which I like because that way, if the user decides that they accidentally clicked on the wrong button and need to create an account rather than just re-logging back into an existing account, I like that they're able to easily switch from tab to tab. That way they don't have to go back to that initial welcome page. So, okay, nice. You have your keyboard popping up. And then continue. All right. The only thing I had to say about that initial login page, which I might have to refresh to get back there. No, hold on, sorry. Okay. This initial login page right here is just that where it says email and password, I think that the color of the font is way too light that it's almost not legible. I know you don't want to make it too dark to distract, but I would still darken up that gray a bit. Oh, and I also like that you have this login with Google to bypass creating a password for the site. Okay, now getting into it. Okay, so I do see that part of your task was to see if this notification popped up, and it does. So I see it's alerting the user as a reminder of an upcoming appointment. Okay, so that's a really nice way to get the user's attention by making the notification take up the entire page like that. Nice. Okay, let's look at your features. I see you have this emergency call button for 911, a suicide hotline, mental illness, and other safe lines. So I think that that's very valuable to your target audience. And just, users in general that need quick links for help, because these things are not super widely known besides 911 and maybe the suicide hotline. Like had no idea there was a runaway safe line, or I didn't have much information about Mental Illness Alliance or the SAMHSA. So I think that's very helpful. Okay, let's go back to page. All right, and then achievements to help you target your goals. Okay, so I like this image you have here of somebody going across like the monkey bars. Just a good visual of like showing the strength that it takes to like move forward and progressing throughout the app. Okay, so I like that you're having them record positive actions that are associated with boosting mental health. So meditation, working out, reading a book, maybe making sure they get that like the break from being on their phones and technology, and just like get to relax and like reposition themselves, and also that you can call family. Okay, awesome. It's nice to have this to add a personalized goal, because everybody's goals are going to be different and their timelines are going to be different and all of that. Oh, I like that you have you can put in a support team and notifications. Nice. Okay. And then I see you can add contacts. and keep contacts within the app. Okay, so maybe your contacts can be people supporting you through your journey of either finding a job, being rehabilitated. And I like that it will save all that personal information for you in a different way that's separate from just saving it on your regular phone contacts, because it gives you the address and you can actually track the location that way. So and then I see you can maybe message through the app, something that you can add in later. I know not all your features are going to be fully clickable at the moment, and that is fine. Okay, and then you're adding the new contacts here. You can choose whether or not to include the location. Very nice. Let's return to, right, and then the maps. Okay, so I see once you add in your search request, it'll give you the time it takes to get there, the distance, and by method. So if you're biking, taking the bus, walking, or driving, you'll I'm sure have an eventual way to include your favorite locations as an easy way to get there. Maybe your contacts or your friends, and find their get to their locations that way. Cool. Okay. Need to get back. Sorry, my screen share for Zoom was in the way. So, okay, there we go. I can get back to your homepage. All right. Okay, I think this is a nice tab to include learning more information so that those who have been previously incarcerated and are now having to adjust to life outside of prison and all the unfortunate negative stereotypes and just issues that arise from that, just a lot of disparities in being able to get hired or finding housing, and just regaining trust with society, honestly, depending on how long of a term they've served in prison, because I'm sure that's very impactful and a big factor in adjusting after their sentence has been served. So okay. And I'm sure one thing you can add later on is maybe clicking on this, it takes you to a bigger page, maybe with more information. Maybe it takes you to outside link to specific websites that you've either attained this information from or that help spread more information, that put people, the users, in contact with people that could maybe answer more of their specific questions, things that are more targeted to their personal experience. But I also really liked that you had outlined in your project statement that this app is not only helping those previously incarcerated as they're moving forward, but it could also help those who are largely uneducated and unaware of the process and what goes on and all those disparities and just racial injustices that go along with incarceration, how to how others can invest in their own communities and the youth to kind of mitigate some of these things from happening in the future, or to make improvements. So I like that you have that there. I also see that you can get to any of those pages from here as well, so you don't have to necessarily return to this homepage, which is nice. And let's get to the settings. So, okay, you can block certain people that you may not have had such a great experience with. You can edit privacy. Okay. Nice. And let's see. Okay. Also, I like that you have the emergency tab as sort of a quicker way to get back to these numbers without having to click through the menu. That way, these under an emergency, the 911 can be contacted faster. I think it's all looking really great. I think your colors work well. I like this like deep plum that you have. Also very unique. In terms of apps I've seen, I like the blues you're using. I just have to get back to the very beginning because there's just one thing with the login that I noticed. Here, the keyboard pops up where it's supposed to, and I just noticed this one small issue that when you click on the password, the keyboard is popping up top when it should also pop up on the bottom. But other than that, I think your app, Climb the Bar, is achieving what you've set out to do. And I think aesthetic wise, it's looking really great. So nice job.